to Rollerjam.
From the depths of hell comes the blackest soul of dark hate, enforcer Mark D'Amato.
I threw that idiot Logue over my head because I was sick of running this league. Believe me, it was worth every minute to watch him writhe in pain.
But not only is Logue back in power, he has refueled his crusade.
Lewdness, individuality, fighting, and excessive violence. I am making a vow to the parents of this country that I will eliminate these things, first of all, from the World Skating League, and then, God help me, from our good country.
D'Amato must place Logue on the back burner and deal with a fire that continues to blaze. Hot Dice Jason McDaniel.
I've decided to step up my game, so I think this year I'm going to let Weber do the talking, and I'm going to concentrate on scoring the points.
If McDaniel gets any better, no one will be able to bring him down to earth. It's the Enforcers against the Dice, next on Rollerjam. Welcome to Universal Studios in Orlando. This is the World Skating League. This is Rollerjam. The Jam Girls bring us to life once again in the World Skating League and Rollerjam. Tonight's matchup is the New York Enforcers against the Nevada Hot Dice. And it's not often that we get to start a program, a television show of any kind, and say, tonight, we're going to bring you lewdness. Well,
I want to say it. Tonight, we're going to bring you lewdness.
I knew you'd like to say it. Of course, he's Lee Hawk Rib, and I'm Rory Marcus, and neither one of us are promising you that, but Mark D'Amato has promised it in direct competition with Kenneth Logue's Lifeline. The L, of course, standing for lewdness. D'Amato has his team here, the Enforcers, and as though they haven't been lewd enough already, tonight they promise even more.
Well, it's the first time we've seen him since the All-Star break, so he's promised a lot of changes, and thank goodness he did promise lewdness. I'll say it again. We promise you lewdness. But when you talk about the Dice, you talk about Shea Brown. She has shown the queen that she is emerging as a superstar here in the World Skating League. And for the men, it's all about the two X-Men, Mark Weber and Jason McDaniel. Mark Weber, you remember last time, was escorted out of the arena. Jason McDaniel, after this fight with the King, Mark Weber was ejected. Jason McDaniel rose to the occasion, Rory, emerged as the leader for the Dice. He is the man. Weber seems to be on the way out.
We'll find out on the Enforcers, of course. It's like a sideshow when they play. But right now, the Dice and Enforcers ready to skate onto the track.
What's the reason for ugly fixed habits anymore? Because we can do this this generation. Coming up next.
You see Shea Brown on the big screen, so does the crowd, and now there she is in living color. Shea Brown of the Nevada Hot Dice, and what an outfit that is to skate a game. I don't know how it'll hold up once they start whacking her around this track, but they look pretty good right now. And the rest of the Hot Dice women, Laura Weintraub brought the Dice in from her rearview mirror, and she's ready to go. And Shauna Brown there in the back of the pack, that's Shea Brown's sister. They are teammates tonight. As the Dice go against the New York Enforcers, this should be some kind of a game. And these two guys will have to carry the load on the men's side. If they're going to match up with the Big Nasty and D'Amato, it's going to be Mark Weber with the orange cap and Jason McDaniel who will have to do most of the work. And I'll tell you what, when Weber keeps his mind on work, he is really tough to deal with. McDaniel, you won't see an athlete like that anywhere, I would think right now, the way he's been playing lately. The bank track has become his home. And with Weber, you just hope that he's focused enough to play in this game and make an impact. The rest of the Hot Dice men on the track, and they are ready to go tonight. There they are, the Hot Dice. I tell you what, the uniforms get more and more different all the time, don't they?
Well, I don't know. Is there a water main break next door at Universal Studios? Because these guys look like they're wearing life preservers, but these are the young cats of the league. Hey, they like to show their stuff.
Speaking of showing their stuff, we reluctantly bring you now the New York Enforcers.
Let's go!
These guys. You talk about getting weirder all the time. How about this guy? The Big Nasty now has somebody to tie the caution tape on his arms for him. Boy, that's convenient, isn't it? He nods his head yes and brings that Harley into the infield. Mark D'Amato hasn't quite mastered that yet. He still rides around the track. Maybe it's so everybody can get a good look at it. Washington, I think, would rather intimidate the other team. Oh, and this is intimidation right here. The Hellcat, Talisa Miller. She is going to be a handful tonight for everybody in a white and green uniform. Even if they're wearing orange t-shirts, whoever is on the track with her will have to face up against her, and she's tough. Now the rest of the enforcers arriving on the scene. They enjoy that siren. It's their kind of scene. The enforcers and the dice ready to go.
Once again, that motorcycle, Big Nasty comes in on a Harley. You know the enforcers are ready for action, and we haven't seen D'Amato yet, though.
Thank goodness.
Oh, you know he's coming along. Looks like they're all standing there waiting for their leader. There he is. He promised to bring lewdness into this game. Just looking at that bald head's lewd enough.
Did he say lewdness or ludicrous?
Look at Washington. What do you think he's thinking?
What's for lunch?
God only knows what that guy's thinking. Let's go down now into the infield. Broadway Danny Wolf is standing by. Danny?
Thank you, Rory. And right here, Mark D'Amato, Big Nasty. We see you with the life sign and the spray paint. What are you going to do? You got the spray paint right here. You promised in this game to challenge.
As promised, Wolf, I will violate every one of these letters tonight. Starting, that's right, let's hear it. Starting with the I. Let's go, Tim. Individuality.
That must mean, oh, there he is, spray paint crossing out the I. I guess that was for riding the motorcycles in here.
Exactly.
But really quickly, you still have the E, the F, and especially the L. How are you going to take care of lewdness tonight, Mark?
We got a whole game left, Wolf. Don't worry about it.
Good luck, Mark.
Thank you.
Good luck. You must be kidding.
I was hoping for lewdness. One thing that did happen is they finally got the parking lot in the infield taken care of. They drove the motorcycles out of here. But the matchup for the women, we're talking about the lifeline. Well, the lifeline for these enforcers, first team all WSL, Talisa Miller. We used to call her Tink, but now they're telling me, ladies and gentlemen, she's the Hellcat. Well, she is hell on wheels, as are most of the enforcers, and Shea Brown. What can you say about this woman? She dresses nice. She looks nice. Now she has her sister here playing for her, Shauna Brown, for the dice. She's something to watch, Rory.
You might not believe it, Hawk, but her mother, Stacy, sewed that outfit for her. It's a nice mom, huh? All right, we're ready to go. First period is underway. And the first jam of the night. Karen Magnuson gets out there for the enforcers. And Crystal Schneider for the Nevada Hot Dice. Belinda Morgan's out there for the dice. Belinda Morgan and Karen Magnuson on the first jam of the evening. Just getting underway, the Hot Dice and the New York Enforcers. Shea Brown back there to block against Magnuson. Wearing that black, almost looks like she's on the other team, but Talisa Miller takes Shea Brown out of the play. Wow, look at that little Hellcat dance of hers.
I hope we get a microphone in her. I bet she was purring when she did it, Rory.
2-0, enforcers lead early. Welcome back. This game is just underway. The score is 2-0, and we're going to look at the rules. There are four jam periods. The women skate 1 and 3, the men out there for periods number 2 and 4. 5 skaters per team. Just 2 of them are jammers. They're wearing the black helmets with the stripe.
they are the only players who can score, and they do that when they lap members of the opposing team. That's why you see the black helmeted players emerge from the pack, skate around, rejoin the pack, and try and get by members of the other team. So that's how you score, Hawk. I know you've been asking me about that for a long time. Really? And now, yeah, here are the enforcers with Courtney Barlow and the dice with Shea Brown. I was about to say, wearing that black, she almost looks like she's with the enforcers, and sometimes she plays like she's with the enforcers.
I'm still waiting for lewdness.
I knew you had something in mind. Shea Brown and Courtney Barlow together on this gem, dressed almost alike, but it's Shea Brown who's with the hot dice and Courtney Barlow who just went down with the enforcers. But Shea Brown fell down as well, but Barlow's a little slower to get up. Brooke Sunderman goes back to block. And look at Miller. She gets back there and just grabs Shea Brown around the neck. Wow. And then pounces down on top of her.
Well, this matchup has been all Hellcat, Rory. Talisa Miller, you can see her by the silver top as Courtney Barlow takes advantage and scores some points, but the matchup between Shea Brown and Talisa Miller, the Hellcat, has been all Talisa Miller. Courtney Barlow scoring the points. I think Shea Brown, you're seeing some frustration on behalf of that young lady.
Boy, you're not kidding. So she goes over and pushes Karen Magnuson. I don't know what good that'll do.
Here we go.
4-1 now in favor of the enforcers. Just wait till that second period if you want to see lewdness. D'Amato, Washington, they'll get out there, and I'm sure things will really heat up. Right now, jam 3 of the first period, and Magnuson gets the whip. Magnuson's out there with Belinda Morgan. Morgan of the hot dice gives her a little nudge. 4-1, the enforcers leading here early in the game. Magnuson, without having to carry the whole load on her shoulders anymore now that Talisa Miller's here, but she gets sent reeling into the infield. Belinda Morgan has a chance to score some points, but look who's back there to block. Talisa Miller.
Watch your distance. Move it up, lad. Move it up. Move it up.
Oh, Shea Brown. Shea Brown gets a little revenge. How about the forearm right to the stomach?
Hey, Hellcat, here's a bowl of milk, and the Hellcat went for it, Shea Brown.
Belinda Morgan scoring the point. Shea Brown taking Talisa Miller out of the play.
And once again, the weakness of the enforcers, Rory. You're right, the Hellcat's been a great addition. They just don't have that team speed, both the men and the women.
They don't have the speed, but this team finds a way to win games. You always think that, oh, they can't do it. They don't have the speed. They're too old or whatever you might think. But somehow at the end of the game, they've pulled it out. Even right now, they're ahead, 4-2. So the jam is on, and Crystal Schneider gets out there. And here comes the Hellcat to rip her a right hand. Wow, Schneider goes into the infield, and Talisa Miller celebrates in her own unique way.
I wonder if those things are sanitized after games, Rory.
I don't know, but she's telling Shea Brown, come on. Brown coming from the back of the pack. Does a little dipsy doodle to get by her for a moment. And grabs her hair.
Wow.
Didn't pull her down, though. They're still going at it, the two of them. Oh, man, when Talisa Miller hits somebody, they just seem to crumble. She calls off the jam. Talisa Miller's had a big first period. Shea Brown got some points there at the end. But look out, Shea Miller skating across the infield. And, oh, man, just leaps right into action. Leaping like a cat.
They're going right for the hair. It's been all Hellcat. Shea Brown came on right there where he picked up some quick points, and they're not done.
I don't think they'll be done until they're back wherever they live, wherever that might be. The first period is done, though. Shea Brown did get some points. She gets a little sisterly hug from Shauna, and we have a tie score at 6-6. The enforcers and the dice. Look at this. The Hellcat against Shea Brown. That's the way the first period ended. The men will be on the track for the second period, and right now that means Mark D'Amato and big nasty Tim Washington will be on the track to try and take another letter out of Kenneth Logue's life sign. Broadway, Danny Wolf.
Yeah, I'm here with D'Amato and the Big Nasty, and they have the sign. And I guess with that fight we just saw between Shay and Talisa Miller.
That's my girl.
There it is, the F.
There you go. 2 down, 2 to go, Wolf.
How about lewdness?
It's coming up, baby. Hold on.
Boy, that's encouraging.
Well, encouraging may not be the word. I think frightening is probably a little bit more appropriate. And speaking of frightening, Tim Washington came in here with a motorcycle. He's got caution stickers on his arms. He's pretty much frightening from the time he gets up in the morning. And Jason McDaniel, he has just emerged as a superstar. Let's see how Mark Webber reacts to the newfound leadership of Jason McDaniel.
I wonder if McDaniel's the type of a player who will be intimidated by the enforcers. Somehow I doubt it. Fred Eichhorn and Christian Salvia are out there as the first jam of the men's period gets underway. Eichhorn in the black of the enforcers and Salvia in that cool-looking orange sweater, or whatever you want to call it, that he has on for the hot dice. Looks like they just scotch taped those numbers on the back of those things. Eichhorn grabs Salvia and throws him down on his back. So Eichhorn now will come up to Webber and big Sean Davidson. Davidson's number's always bigger than the rest of the team. Look at his number and look at Webber's number.
Well, he's bigger than the rest of the team. This guy is the only guy here in the World Skating League that has 5 skates, and right now he has 5 missing teeth.
There's Washington and D'Amato for you. Eichhorn gets the points. They high five. And D'Amato's quite pleased with himself.
He's using Sean Davidson as a hat rack.
That's it. Come on, let's go. You're in the box. Get in there. Come on. Start this real early. Real early. Sit down.
In some sports, you're going to get tossed out for elbowing the referee.
Well, in some places you get arrested for this type of behavior. Maybe they're going to make the F bigger on the sign because they're really fighting, but they call it immediate medical attention, IMAs. This guy needs some immediate mental medical attention, does this Mark D'Amato. Death, no taxes, honesty, integrity, extreme violence. This kid's got issues.
Who in their right mind would make up a sign saying D'Amato for U.S. Senate? Now, look at this. Look who's got a Jammers helmet on. Tim Washington. And who's after him but Mark Webber? Big Nasty rips Webber and rails him. Wow, almost effortlessly.
Hey, Mark Webber, don't send a knife to a gunfight, my friend. This is runaway Washington. The Big Nasty. Look at him go, Rory. It may not be pretty, but you can't slow this guy down once he gets ahead of steam.
Once he gets going, it's pretty tough to slow him down, knock him down, stop him, keep him from scoring, keep him from doing anything. They're going to try. Look at that. Washington just grabs the two of them by the neck. He wants to throw them down. And now he has somebody piling on his back, too, as McDaniel came in there. And McDaniel goes by him. And McDaniel, fire on Washington. What a play by Jason McDaniel. Big Nasty's down. I mean, he is down.
Well, Rory, they wore him down. You see Sean Davidson and Mark Webber wearing on the Big Nasty, and Jason McDaniel, once again, he showed a lot of leadership. And let's not forget the physical ability of this kid. Enthusiasm, physical ability, leadership. You're looking at a star here in the World Skating League, and he's seeing stars as Tim Washington.
Well, you're not kidding. Did you see those eyes? He was shaken up. Jason McDaniel has one thing in mind when he's out there, and that's the scoreboard. Who's winning this game? What can I do to pull this thing out for my team? Oh, there's a good move. That's Jason Beckstein. Beckstein with a big move. Well, these young guys with the dice, so athletic. That might win them a championship this year. I really think so. Ooh, here's the old-fashioned right hand, though, from Andy Wallace.
We don't care about championships. We just want to beat on these guys.
Mark Webber. Webber's a good blocker. Webber can do it all when he has his mind in the right place.
Webber, watch your distance.
Oh, D'Amato. hits him with that big right forearm.
A mind's a terrible thing to waste, and Mark D'Amato has wasted a lot of minds, not just Mark Webber.
But D'Amato knows how to win as well. He's proven that. They're always in the hunt, and D'Amato just made a big play. Give him credit. He'll take all the credit you can give him, too. Weber got knocked down. Beckstein says, come on, Mark, keep your head in the game. Let's go, let's skate.
Let's go.
Meanwhile, this guy's pleased, isn't he?
Well, you started the jam out with Beckstein getting out, showing you the speed and the agility that you talked about, Rory, being their mainstay. Well, the mainstay of the Enforcers is physical punishment. Just ask Mark Webber as he's hunched over in pain. He looked like he was praying to Mecca or something down there, didn't he?
Here's the final jam of the period, and look who is back on the track. He was shaken up terribly just a few minutes ago, and Washington wants to jam again. Christian Salvia got out on the jam and said, wait a minute, what am I doing here? Let me slow down for a minute and get some help, because he saw Big Nasty up there. And look at Big Nasty waiting. He took out both of the Dice Jammers and paved the way for his own man to get through there.
He calls it the double King Kong, does Big Nasty. A couple more IMAs, immediate medical attention.
Mark Webber goes back to defend. And Webber rips that right elbow in there. Man, he does a good job. Beckstein's trying to catch from behind. Oh, look at that. They set it up for D'Amato to absolutely eliminate Mark Webber.
One black point.
They give the Enforcers 1 point. Washington and D'Amato congratulate each other. And the Enforcers lead the game 12-6. It is halftime. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The crowd's having a good time. They have Mark D'Amato posters. Those things aren't safe for young children. But the Enforcers do have the lead, thanks in large measure to D'Amato, 12-6 in this game. You probably hear Hawk and I talking about quads. We're talking about the skates, the old-fashioned skates that many of us grew up skating on instead of the inlines. Well, Mark D'Amato still uses the old quad skates. As a matter of fact, he'd like to be known now as the quad father.
Some say that Enforcer Captain Mark D'Amato is a psychopath. Others, they say he's purely evil. But if you ask Mr. Innocence himself, he prefers to be known as a family man. Mark D'Amato's legacy of brutality as the captain of the notorious New York Enforcers has earned him the title of the most dangerous man on skates. Lately, D'Amato's been singing a different tune.
By nature, I'm not a dangerous man. But when my fans come to me and ask me for a favor, I will always oblige.
Like knocking ex-enforcer Brian Gamble out cold with a steel chair, or crippling the physically weaker general manager Kenneth Logue with this eliminator?
You know, I'm just a small-town Italian-American who made it big. My father told me never to be a puppet. He said, son, be Senator D'Amato. Be President D'Amato. But my talents lied elsewhere. I am the most dominant skater ever to wear the old-fashioned quad skates. Now you can call me the Quad Father.
And unfortunately, his offer of pain to the skaters in the WSL cannot be refused.
Welcome back once again as Mark D'Amato and the New York Enforcers do have the lead in this game. Rory Marcus along with Lee Hawk Rearman. The game started, though, of course, as they always do with the women on the track. And I mean, it was a cat fight right from the start, which is appropriate, I guess, since Talisa Miller now wants to be called the Hellcat. She's there on the rail with the blonde hair, and Shea Brown has a good handful of it there. These women were after each other from the opening whistle.
Well, they were after it in the parking lot, I think, when they started it when they were getting out of their cars this morning. But if that was a cat fight, this was a dog fight. You see the boys setting up Tim Washington, who thought he was pulling something fast, getting out of the jam. But Jason McDaniel with the rail biter. But hey, boys, don't make this guy mad, the Big Nasty. Jason Beckstein and friends, he gets the double Kong. And last but not least, the Quad Father. He likes those 4 skates because they make a great platform for a screamer.
Oh, no kidding. And right now he's standing on those old quad skates, and he's with our own Broadway Danny Wolf.
All right, well, quad father so far. Tim Washington now starting to cross the E out, as we can see. Yeah, shaking the can up first. It's amazing. We're only at halftime, and 3 out of the 4 letters you've already accomplished. What is that? Oh, a sad face. That's nice, Big Nasty. But hey, you still have the, where's lewdness? When are you gonna take care of lewdness, Mark?
You're starting to sound like a little pervert. Don't worry about it. I got a surprise for you.
Well, show it to me now.
All right, let's go. Let me have all the enforcer women over here right now. We're gonna take care of the lewdness right now.
What are you talking?
Come on, over here. Karen, right up front. All right.
You can't do this. This is you.
I have crossed off everything but the lewdness on this list. And Karen, take off your top.
What?
Take it off right now.
Taking your top off, you dirty pervert old man.
Take your top off right now.
Then go get yourself a Rollerjam calendar.
I'm captain of this team. I said take the top off.
Oh.
Get the hell out of here right now! Now!
I can't believe what happened to your teammate, Karen Magnuson.
What are you doing? First you kicked me in the head in the All-Star game.
Take your top
And
off
you know
right
what? Whatever.
Take your
Girls,
top
let's
off
go.
right now.
Let's go.
Tomato, you're losing all your skaters. What are you doing? There's still a second half to be played here, Mark, and now you don't have a women's team. Are you going to forfeit the game? You don't have one female skater left.
You know what? I'm not worried about it. As always, I always have a plan. Never count me out. I guarantee you that they'll be back. In the meantime, I have a little surprise. Hold on.
Wait, where are you going? What are you doing, Mark? That's Heather Gunning.
Excuse me. That's leather to you. Show 'em what you got, baby.
Oh my God! Heather Gunning back as leather. Oh, unbelievable! Back to you, Rory and Hawk.
Oh, man. Talk about an unholy alliance.
What?
Heather Gunning. She was injured for a while, but I think she's okay now.
What?
Leather Gunning.
What?
What will happen without a women's team to skate? We'll be back and find out.
What?
We are back at Rollerjam Arena, and I'll tell you what happened while we were gone away to commercial. It was like joining a boycott. The Hot Dice women said, well, we don't like this either, and they left the track. So what's going to happen now as we get ready to skate the third period? You can see the men standing on the track. Broadway Danny Wolf, you're down there. What have you found out?
Well, Rory, very strange circumstances here. Supposed to be the women's third period. Let me get in here. Mark D'Amato, your girls left in protest, but Mark Webber looked like told his women to get back to the locker room.
Right, exactly, because Mark Webber is my puppet, and he always has been, and he follows my direction.
What's going to happen for the rest of the game? It's supposed to be 2 periods.
Very simple, Wolf. There's always a solution. The men will skate the third period, and my genius partner over here has come up with a devious plan for the fourth period. Let him tell you.
Big Nasty, what about the fourth period? Are you guys going to remain out here?
That's right. We're going to stay out here, and I came up with a great idea. Last man standing.
You mean if anyone goes over the rail or gets
Over the rail, into the infield, you're out.
back to you, Rory and Hawk? This is going to be unbelievable.
You're not kidding, Danny. I don't know if I've ever seen this before, but the men will skate the third period.
I don't want to see it again, Rory.
Remember when D'Amato called Lord Patterson Lady Patterson? Well, now look who's skating the ladies' period. D'Amato himself. And here we go, period number 3, and the girls are out there. They look a lot like the guys, don't they? The girls are in the locker room saying, what about this disgusting man, D'Amato?
I agree.
Jason McDaniel skating against Andy Wallace on this jam. And then when the fourth period starts, all the men will be on the track, and there'll be one left standing, and I guess that's who wins the game, huh? We'll find out more as we go along. But right now, Jason McDaniel, always concerned about winning the game. When they tell him to get out there and skate, he does it. And they say, come on, win the game for us, Jason. More times than not, he does it. D'Amato's back there to block. D'Amato is going to be taken out of the play by Mark Webber. And Mark says, come on, Jason, let's go get some points. They knocked Big Nasty out. They knocked the body out of there. and they're rolling, and they get them all.
Five hot dice points. 5 hot dice points.
5 big ones for Jason McDaniel.
Well, they started the last man standing competition on this jam, Rory, because there ain't many enforcers left standing. We start out with a roll them bones. Mark D'Amato receives a roll them bones from Mark Webber. Jason McDaniel celebrates a little bit, and a little bit later they take down the Big Nasty. I'll tell you what, Mark D'Amato, he tried to make this into a dude ranch. He better be careful. This dogfight might come back and bite him in the rear end.
He's out of his mind, if you ask me. Here comes Big Nasty with a Jammer's helmet on. And that means that out there for the hot dice, Jason Beckstein better turn on the jets, because you don't want Big Nasty to catch you from behind, I guarantee you that. And Tony Santiago is on the jam as well, if they can catch Beckstein, which so far they haven't been able to do. D'Amato will try and slow him up. There's a couple of shots for Beckstein. That might give Santiago and Big Nasty a chance to catch from behind. Oh, Nasty just threw Santiago into Beckstein. That's one way to get points. Both teams trying to score. Both teams have guys going down. Washington's getting ready for that final period, I guarantee you that. And now he's tied up with Webber. The two of them together.
Oh, they did it again.
Oh, they got him one more time. Washington is down again, and when Webber and McDaniel work together, it is a formidable duo.
1 dice point.
1 dice point ties the game.
Well, and more importantly, Roy, they were talking about this last man standing idea from Big Tim Washington. This is the second jam in a row he's been on his face on the track as Tim Washington. First it was a roll them bones, now it was a rail biter. He's in big trouble as Tim Washington and the Enforcers.
Just like that, the dice have gone from 12-6 behind to tied up in this game. We'll be right back. We're back. The score is tied 12-12. Think back to the first period. Talisa Miller and Shea Brown went after each other like you couldn't believe. Now they're off the track together with Broadway Danny Wolf.
Well, that's true, Roy. Very strange circumstances to see Talisa and Shea together. But I guess when your captains throw you both off the track, both your squads, this happens.
That's right. D'Amato, we're sick of your crap, this garbage. I mean, what is going on? My sisters are suffering. We'll never skate with you.
And how about Shea? Mark Webber had you and the hot dice women leave as well.
He's supposed to be my team captain. He's my friend. I cannot believe he betrayed me like this.
Back to you, Rory and Hawk.
Never say never. You never know what's going to happen, because they're both off the track right now, but somehow you know they want to be in this league. Whether they'll skate for D'Amato and Webber again, I don't know. Third jam of the third period in a tie game, 12-12. And on the jam right now for the dice is P.J. Rossi against Tony Santiago. Santiago and Rossi. And down they both go right in front of us. And Santiago gets up for the Enforcers. Back there to block is Mark Webber. Webber rips that right elbow into him. Santiago trying to keep things going with 20 seconds to go in the jam. Trying to pick up some points in a tie game. Webber's doing a good job. But Big Nasty grabs him around the arms and leads him into D'Amato. Once again, the Big Nasty and Mark D'Amato teaming up. They love to do it, too.
Well, 2 jams before this, I think they just made Big Nasty mad by picking on him with a rail biter and a roll them bones. And that's one guy you don't want to make mad. They even ripped his caution tape off of him. And Mark D'Amato wants to be called the quad father. He's got 4 skates on each foot.
Let's go, let's go! It's gonna be a delayed game here, D'Amato, let's go! Speed it up, Black!
Sean Corbin trying to warn D'Amato to get going.
I thought we threw all the rules out of this game, Rory.
Sure seems like it, doesn't it? Corbin, the referee, he always has his hands full trying to enforce whatever rules he can, but when D'Amato and Washington are together on the track, there's not much he can do. Good game, though, be it as it may, 13-12. Final jam of this third period, and then it'll be anything goes in the fourth and final, and last man standing. There's that flying whip for Jason McDaniel. He goes after Andy Wallace and takes care of him. And I mean, takes care of him quick.
There's make it look easy and make it look easy, and he made it look too easy.
Tremendous skater, great athletic ability. This guy is going to be around for a long, long time. Now the enforcers will try and pull away from him. There they go. They're on the run. And Weber is going to give McDaniel a whip when he gets a chance. Doesn't need to. Instead, he's going to run some interference for him. And right now, they've picked off two of them. McDaniel wants a third. It's Highcore, and he gets him. Now he's got D'Amato and Washington in front of him. And here's where Weber comes in. So long, D'Amato. Now it's just Big Nasty trying to run away, trying to get some speed up on those skates. The jam ran out. He didn't get him. He knocked him down, but he didn't get him. He got four, though. Four big ones for the Hot Dice.
These guys have really emerged. Mark Weber and Jason McDaniel. We thought there might be some dissension between them, but they have reunited to take that man and give him a thing or two, a little of his own medicine. Big Nasty. Great job, Jason McDaniel, the Mac Daddy.
When we come back, we'll show you something we've never had before here. The men will be on the track. Last man standing wins. Don't go away. We're just about ready to go into the fourth and final period. It's a unique one, too. Last man standing. There will be no clock in this fourth period. Why do you have a clock if it's the last man standing? A player is eliminated when both feet hit the infield or when they get sent over the rail. The team with the last man standing will get 15 points on the scoreboard. That'll be plenty to win the game, and there will be no penalties. In other words, anything goes. The referees are off the track. They're not in the infield. They'll have nothing to do in this final period because there are no penalties. It's basically just skate until nobody is left. And that's what we're going to do here in the last period. There it is, number 4. And that's the way this one's going to go. There's the prize, huh?
There's leather.
And here we go. Who will be the first to exit the track? The enforcers and the Dice have all their skaters out there. Now, they're not worried at all about a clock, about any kind of a play, about a jam. They don't care. All they want to do is send somebody off the track, and the enforcers have already gotten rid of one.
And you got to give the edge to the enforcers here, Rory. This is how they play during regulation. The Hot Dice would probably be best suited by trying to stay away from some of these guys or falling into the trap, I think.
Dan Gavani's in trouble, though. Oh, man. McDaniel and Weber and Davison took care of Gavani, so both teams have lost one so far. The Hot Dice had one go over the rail. Gavani gets sent into the infield. Last man standing. There's D'Amato and Washington. They're going to team up on anybody they possibly can. Christian Salvi is taking the worst of it there, and they deposit him in the infield. So the enforcers now have taken care of 2 Dice. The Dice have knocked 1 enforcer out. All of this silliness is because D'Amato asked his girls to take their tops off, if you can believe that.
I can.
Now they continue to skate around in a pack. Weber and Davidson trying to work on Andy Wallace. Oh, and Washington just leveled one of the Dice. I think that was Beckstein. Indeed it was. Now it's 3-on-3. Sean Davidson, Mark Weber. Well, they've got 4 enforcers left. Davidson, Weber, and McDaniel out there for the Dice. And now one of the enforcers looks like he's about ready to go. Tony Santiago. Meanwhile, though, the enforcers are going to gang up 4-on-1.
And they're ganging up on the biggest Hot Dice, actually the tallest guy in the league. The 5-skated Sean Davidson as Santiago goes out.
We talked about Santiago a minute ago. He was wrapped up by McDaniel and Weber and thrown out of here. They're still trying to get Davidson out. That won't be easy. Oh, that might do it. D'Amato and Washington still using their teamwork. Whether you like it or not, agree with it or not, they are experts.
And he's got him by the jockey shorts as Tim Washington disposes. And this is what we talk about. McDaniel and Weber, the X-Men, going against the Quad Father and Big Nasty.
You hear about the Final Four in the NCAA. Well, here's the Final Four in this contest. The winner will get 15 points on the scoreboard and they'll win this game. McDaniel and Weber against Washington and D'Amato. He tried to give him the real fighter and Washington just threw him out of the place. And now Washington grabs Weber. Washington and D'Amato are 2-on-1 against Weber. If they can get Weber off the track, they'll win this game.
Weber's fighting valiantly, Rory. I don't know if he's got a chance here. He's got about 600 pounds, 2 tons of fun. Mark Weber, if he can survive this beating.
He's holding D'Amato, the Quad Father's quad, to try and hang on and not get pulled into the infield by Washington. This guy's like a pretzel. Look at him pull on those legs. Oh, they got him off the track. The enforcers win the game. D'Amato stays on. He's the last man standing, and they win it. They get 15 on the scoreboard, and they win it. They pulled it out again. Broadway Danny Wolf, what are you going to do? Give him a kiss?
No, congratulations, Mark D'Amato. You won the last man standing. Even though you're not standing right now, you guys won. Congratulations to you and the enforcers.
Get her away from me.
What is Talisa Miller doing here?
Talisa Miller.
You know what, Marco? How's it feel, baby? Kick me in the head again. Now we're even.
Oh, my God. Back to you, Rory and Hawk.
Is that the face of a winner? Doesn't seem like it, does it? He won the game, but what he lost might have been even more valuable.
You asked about the face of a winner. I think the voice of a winner is a few octaves higher. Is he singing soprano?
With a promise to bring lewdness to Rollerjam, Mark D'Amato, I don't know if he succeeded or not. I'm sure he'll tell you, well, I won the game, didn't I? He's right.